Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some beautiful spring thrift flips, but I am even more excited because I have got a brand new vacuum to clean up my mess. And if y'all have ever worked with Spanish moss before, you know the struggle is real. For our first project today, I have this big galvanized pitcher I thrifted for $4. I have it listed up on my website to be painted, so it's time to get it done. I used a little razor blade to scrape off the old vinyl and then a piece of 220 grit sandpaper to rough up the metal. I'm going to be using Sweet Pickin's milk paint today, and I want to give it the best chance of sticking. It is a powdered paint. You mix it a 1-to-1 ratio with water. I like to use warm water. I put my water in first, then I add the powder, and I stir it really, really well for 2 to 3 minutes. When I'm using the paint on a smaller item, I usually just mix it up with a fork. If I'm really worried about a smooth finish or I'm doing a custom job, I'll use an immersion blender. I will also be using some Extra Bond today. It's an additive you add into your milk paint that helps with adhesion. So I put just a tiny splash in because I still want it to be chippy, and I let that sit for about 10 minutes. After it has sat, you can see the consistency of my paint is like the consistency of a nice thick milkshake. And now I will give the entire surface one coat. I'm using a Cling-On brush today. They are super easy to clean. I'll pop it in water overnight and that milk paint will fall out of the bristles. After it's all dry, you can see I still had some chippiness, which is why I added the bond because I didn't want all of my paint to chip off. I work on flaking it off, and I grab that 220 grit sandpaper just to make sure I've got all of the loose paint off. Once that's done, I'm going to seal it up with some Sweet Pickin's beeswax, and this is in the color white. I apply a nice even coat over the entire surface with a brush, and then I wipe back any excess wax with a paper towel. Picture all staged up for spring. What do y'all think of this 15-minute makeover? It was quick and easy. Of course, there was some drying time, but it was a simple project. Some people are intimidated by milk paint because it's in a powdered form, but don't be. I promise after you use it a few times, you'll fall in love. Anybody notice my little helper in the background of my video today? But I love the way this picture came out. It is still available on my site, and I decided to include the cotton with it as well. If y'all don't know where to find the paint products and my flips, it is over on upcycledbybrie.com. I will leave that down in the description box below for you as well. Once your milk paint is mixed up, you'll need to use it within a couple of hours, or it will get gelatinous and you will not be able to use it anymore. I had a little bit left, so I decided to go ahead and paint up this hanging bird cage and add it in to this thrift flip video. Once it was dry, I realized I was completely out of Rust-Oleum clear matte enamel, so I went ahead and just grabbed some shellac. It worked in a pinch, but you will notice that a lot more of this paint chipped off. So milk paint does have a mind of its own depending on the surface you're using. I used the same amount of bond on both projects, which is that additive that helps the milk paint stick. So the shellac did help encourage the sticking of the paint to certain areas. I chipped off the extra, and now I want to create a bird's nest to go inside. A few weeks ago, I had thrifted this magnolia garland. It was half price at Major Thrift, so I only paid a few dollars for it. I thought I could just, spruce it up a little bit, but once I got to thinking about how I wanted to build a nest and looking at my floral supplies, I realized this was super easy to bend and I would be able to manipulate it and use a little bit of wire to make a nest. So each time I wrapped a new ring, I made it a little larger than the one before, which gave me that nice tapered nest shape. Once it was as big as I wanted, I used some scissors and cut off the excess and just worked around my nest with a pair of pliers and some wire to get the perfect shape. I stuck a little bit of Spanish moss in and around the nest for a natural look, and it came out so cute. So if you're looking for a nice, cheap way to build nests this spring, this is it. And here is a look at the birdcage all staged up. I added in some beautiful magenta flowers from Walmart. They came from the craft aisle, and a couple of eggs I had in my stash. This cage is also available. Just look how beautiful that Corabelle milk paint is with the magenta Pantone color of the year. I have partnered with Backlife on this video. Of course, I will leave all of the information I'm going to tell you down in the description box below. First, let's go ahead and get this opened. Here's the box. It's a beautiful box. That's a nice box. If you're an adult, you can appreciate a good box. Easy to open, super convenient. Oh, it's taped right there. Hold, please. Ooh, charging. Please fully charge the appliance before its first use. Use the original adapter only. I can do that. Got a quick start guide. That'll be nice and handy. User manual, we can read over those. Battery and adapter. I'm gonna, get this plugged in while we finish setting it up. Here's the turbo brush head. This is obviously for the floor. Look how beautiful, it's so soft, how beautiful that roller is. And then it comes out for easy cleaning. I was reading how to clean it. Easy to get the hair off of it because obviously that is a problem with me and vacuums, and then easy to clean. Here is the handheld part of the vacuum. This is where you have your suction cup, your dust cup, and then the battery will go right here once it is charged. Now I get to decide how I want to vacuum. So you can go straight on. You've got your crevice tool. This will be great for the car, down in the couch cushions. There is this brush head attachment, which I'm also really excited about. I like when they have the bristles on here. This is also great for getting the dog hair out of my van because her little brown dog hair sticks in the black van carpet so bad. And then here's the wand. So this is what you can attach. It is adjustable, it extends. Ooh, it's got a beautiful metal track. That's nice. And then you can put your attachments on this. See, it'll go this way. I've never done this before, so look how easy this is, right? I can put my crevice tool on there, get the cobwebs, I can push it down and get underneath the kickboards in the kitchen. Oh my gosh, so many options. And then, of course, take the crevice tool off. This connects to here, and then you've got a floor vacuum as well. So, I am so excited. Of course, now I have to wait for the battery to charge. All right, the battery's charged. It comes off and on. A very easy little push button here to remove it, and then it just snaps right back into place when you're ready to use it. I'm gonna start on the carpet. So to get the vacuum ready, we'll put our foot here and just pull back. Super simple snap motion. And there's a red button right where my finger is. You'll press that, the blue lights will power on. To adjust the suction, you can press 3 different levels on the front of the vacuum, and here we go. I am a big fan of slow vacuuming. This is me in real time. I like to pull very slowly to give that roller time to lift the dirt from the carpet fibers. I test it out on the laminate floor as well. It transitions very easily from the carpet to the laminate. Y'all, oh my goodness, that is disgusting. Like, I am a daily vacuumer. Look how much stuff it just pulled out of the rug alone. The couch is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna empty this. It's gonna be easy to empty. We're gonna pop it off the base first, and then you'll press the button and just dump it into the trash. It comes out right here. Oh my gosh, yuck. I'm able to easily transition from stick mode to handheld mode. This crevice tool fits perfectly down in between my couch cushions, just like I had thought. The innovative brush head has a soft but stiff bristles which do make cleaning up debris and hair a breeze. It has an independent motor which makes it extra strong. And the bristle brush attachment does great working around the edges and the corners of your home. Caddy I attach to the wall, which will hold the attachments, and you can charge the battery off of the vacuum or while it's attached to the vacuum. I was able to easily fit both the smaller parts up inside of this crate on top of my cabinet, and how aesthetic is my new vacuum. Cleaning the filter was very easy. I removed it and sprayed it down in my kitchen sink. I will let it set and dry completely before putting it back in the vacuum. Thank you again to Life for sending me this vacuum and for supporting me in doing these promotional videos. If you all are interested in this amazing stick vacuum, I will link everything down in the description box below. This duck is already sold, but I want to show you the technique I'm going to use. This is like a resin, but the technique works great on ceramic and concrete as well. We're going to paint it up with DIY paint and give it an old, chippy, antique look. DIY clay-based paint. This is in the color White Swan, a beautiful warm white, and a small little R12 brush here. It's a round brush, so it's going to work great around all of these details. I end up giving the duck about 1.5 coats, one full coat, and then I go back and touch up any spots where it's streaky. I use an artist brush and the color Queen Bee to go in and paint his bill and his feet. Clay-based paint is highly pigmented and nice and thick, so the coverage on it is amazing. DIY has some beautiful colors. If you haven't tried it out yet, I highly encourage it. It's going to take your flips up to the next level. And another amazing thing about this paint is it's water soluble. So once I've got all of my paint on, I am taking a rag here. I just have plain water on it, and I'm wiping the paint back off of the details. The paint is water soluble until I seal it, so this makes for a very easy distressing. Once it's all distressed and dry, I'm going to seal it up very easily with some clear wax, a very soft, creamy, buttery smooth wax by DIY. There's multiple colors, but today we're just going to go in with a clear, and this duck is done. Another very quick 15-minute makeover. What do y'all think? The before was boring and brown, and now we have got an antique, chippy looking duck. My last live haul, I showed you these ladles. I have them selling for sets of 3 at $19.95, and I said I was going to add some adorable little nests and eggs. I made the eggs out of some Doss air dry clay. I just rolled up a little ball and then made it more into an oval, pinched one end slightly more narrow for an egg shape. I let them dry overnight, and once they were dry, I wanted to paint them a little bit to make them look more like eggs. I used DIY White Swan, that same beautiful warm white, and got them all painted up. To make them look slightly more realistic, I got a little faded burlap on a stencil brush here and flicked specks onto my eggs. Then Spanish moss got hot glued into the bottom of the ladles. You'll be able to easily remove that in the future if you want to. And I placed the eggs in, and again, another super simple makeover with a very high-end look. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know which one of today's flips were your favorite. I've got one set of these ladles left up on my site at $19.95. Again, you can find all of the flips at upcycledbybrie.com. I I hope y'all enjoyed today's thrift flips. If so, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you wouldn't mind, share it out with a friend. That way my channel can continue to grow. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. Click it to all and YouTube will let you know every time I upload a new video. Till next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, friends. So here is what did they call it? The turbo brush head. How do I turn it on? Right there. No. Oh, I didn't put the filter in yet. Swear I'm up. Oh, it has a filter in it already. Okay, I thought so. That's an extra one. See, I'm a professional. This is gonna be all blooper reels. It really is not hard. I'm just struggling. Oh my God.